these games where it's super just volatile, where both sides seemingly just destroy the opponent, but then the score itself just says 3-0. Leescano, good one. All right. We're already starting off with a lot of projectiles, just using the resources, but the parry already out. One of the stronger tools to deal with them. Speaking of which, once again into a tech chase situation. And more projectiles hit from the Ezzy to herself than onto the Afi and Galu.
Yeah, so far Lili has not been able to use that projectile. Leescano has an absolute read, or maybe just the reaction time. That one was a lot closer. It's been more than comfortable dealing with the Razor Leaf almost.
Ooh, Lili challenging the totem, but right on the last frames, they're still getting in before the fully charged forward tilt was gonna connect. But doesn't get a punish.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single Razor Leaf actually like hit anything yet for Lili. Just been either reflected or just been a non-factor with the client. Leescano this time choosing just to stand outside it.
You got the totem set up and just hit back. I like the confidence of trying to contest the totem by hitting it back. Usually we see people try to avoid it, space it out, attack the other totem, try to predict where they will be. Oh,
strong steam back air there. Alright, this time Lili's going to start throwing things out. Not quite taking anything from the page of Doucheless yet, where we see the Razor Leaf just covering the totem to try and stop Leescano from being able to switch freely without taking damage. But we've seen a couple of nairs actually connect here, is where the majority of the damages come from. We're going to see a totem take an early exit there. Lili now a chance to get in. Immediate follow-up with that super jump float, able to get the up air to tie things up. All things considered, a pretty healthy third stop.
Ooh. So much just water bending, fire bending, looking like the Avatar over here, and so many just a double. But misses the punish here, even with the swaps, and now back and forth. Lili getting the opening, but right back to Leescano. This is super volatile, where it doesn't seem like it's anyone's combo. Just right in between, having something to say about it.
I guess the Razor Leaf off to try and stop the high recovery. Gets the get-up attack there instead of the ledge trump. But this time it's looking good. You can see that reverse gravity there against Leescano when he's in hit stun, getting knocked into the orb, making it so the gravity's direction changes. Very, very surreal feeling to get hit by if you are new to the game. It takes a little bit of time to get used to. And Lili going to reactivate the plant. And gets the downer as well, catches Leescano on the ledge. Hanging out there just a little bit too long. The ledge invincibility long since gone.
Lots of patience here, and Lili gets someone getting the opening there. Still on red. Any hit could just seal the deal for this stock right now. Oh, the conditioning. That's just the extra level of mind games on the Demon Plant. If you're gonna parry it, if you're gonna predict the opponent to punish your parry and whatnot. Seemingly coming out on top for Leescano here. But still being down in orange right now. But we're back at the side with the Demon Plant. Definitely in favor for Lili here. As well as the knockback back and forth. Alright, big punish here, but just 37% on board. So much just swaps and beating out the neutral game. But for what? Just too little percent on the punish here and still being down in red.
It's honestly really interesting that it's almost like Afi and Galu obviously do have the setups and the ability to make it a 2v1. The way that these two have been jostling around the Demon Plant has almost made every single game a 2v2. It's been super interesting to watch. Obviously now, the Plant now gone, but I'm sure it will only be for a short amount of time. Once Lili gets some stage advantage, going to be able to put it back up. But so far, needs to make her way back onto stage.
Still barely making it back, and not a time to breathe. The moment she landed, the moment she got hit. Oh, the totem toss being interrupted. Shields the up B, but can't get the punish afterwards. So difficult to catch another, but every time they get each other, though, there's a good chip and a back and forth. And Leescano opting for the parry again.
That might be what seals the deal here. Leescano forced to use his burst on his final stock. Lili get great pressure on the way that she's been going up with those up airs. This time waited and didn't get caught by the burst, but still got that crucial resource out. So now, pretty much any stray hit He's in red, should be enough to take it. The dash attack, making me a liar.
Yeah, as you said, that the forward tilt almost sealing the deal, but right now, this stock might seem even, but there's a full stock ahead for Leescano. If he manages to finish off the stock, and there it is, but only a true master can make the comeback, with the totem toss getting a bit of an exchange and a trade there. Oh, but the grab, though, parries the grab. You can't parry these. And the throw to take the game number 1. Lili get in
nice down throw from Lili. Getting himself on the board, very important. She gets up there nice and early. We've seen Leescano really run away with these sets once he gets the momentum. Lili showing that she's definitely, like, she's already managed to win 1 game here in losers. So already used to playing with that tournament life on the line.
And we just saw it earlier as well, where Leescano seemingly struggling in this specific matchup here. Another Ezzy in his road. Let's see if he can make it count or have a different pick. Since earlier, I believe we've seen Doubtless go for the Forbidden Shrine with the Ezzy, and now they started off on this stage. Might be favored, who knows, but on the striking, Leescano, let's see what he will go with.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what you would want to pick here. We saw that the Shadow Briar did not work out against Doubtless, so hopefully we will not be seeing that one again. But it may have just been that it was Doubtless able to just work around it, and the comfort pick is enough for Leescano to be able to fight his way back to a tie game. We're going to be going to Cryo Station.
Cryo Station, indeed. This is a stage that I'm really unsure. To me, this stage screams Ashani. That's all this stage means to me. But we have the Leescano right now on the Alphian Galu. Oh, I'm getting hydrate spammed after drinking my water. Alright, we have to catch up with the hydrate. While I'm doing that, you tell me your thoughts on this stage.
I have nothing nice to say about this stage. My mama told me if you don't have something nice to say, you don't speak at all. So, you know, we're here at Cryo Station. That be nothing but facts. But no, in all seriousness, I think that this will be interesting to see whether it allows Lili to actually play more defensively. Now she'll be able to reset those jumps, be able to go for the... Hello? Huh? What happened? Was that a rogue switch?
I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted by the chat. The chat definitely really hype about the hydration.
I mean, someone's maybe a little too hydrated. Leescano, Ins, Galu, and Afi. But both these teams struggling to recover. Down to 3 each. Lili definitely... not a fan of homie stocks, so definitely wasn't that. Just an unfortunate input error is going to bring
this is not the time for homie stocks. So much on the line. The stakes are way up from the usual. Even on the LCQ, we had double the prize pool, and this time even tripling that. Every set counts. But the patient play here, it seems to still pay off. Just this matchup, I had no idea that it could be Ezzy favored, but it seems like Leescano has to practice a bit more about it. Earlier, Boot mentioned that he helped Leescano with his matchup versus Erda, but it did show, though, what's the answer for the Ezzy? He needs to come up with it real quick, and right now, he hasn't been touched ever since I was talking about it. Insult percent and the tech chase.
I feel like it was just... Lili was playing maybe a little too respectfully. Obviously, she had the lead and was playing that to advantage, but she was playing too passive. We saw it from, like, even Liquid over in the CSGO. Sometimes you just have your lead and you want to not aggress so much, but you end up leaving so much space that someone with their back against the wall has their way to fight themselves back in the game. You end up losing all the hard work that you picked up.
I'm sorry, I can't help it but to mention that the chat is still going nuts on the hydrate. Ooh, but the 2 stocks apiece now. Alright, the comeback might be happening. The burst read, the back, but how do you drop that? You can't drop that. It was the best opening.
I think she didn't know whether the up air would kill, so instead tried to go for a reset with the gravity, but ended up dropping it. Sometimes you just got to take the damage that you can get. At the very least, but looking at the positive side of things, she did take the burst out from Leescano.
Oh yeah, for sure. This looks almost like it's evened up right now. Though still, both in red now. It might actually be even up with the conditioning. Takes the totem swap.
Alright, she's giving up stage possession.
Oh, the spacing, and Leescano definitely leapt out that head on shield and knew this is the time to press the button to make it count to take the stock.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Lili that she wasn't able to snatch away the lead, but she definitely had the momentum. As long as she doesn't let Leescano get back into this game like he's trying to do right now, already forces her into the green. she can keep this relatively close between these two.
Ooh, the patient play not paying off. Leescano getting the totem toss, but no big conversion here. On the ledge right now, hard to make it back. The drill, actually, the down and not connecting, and Leescano still having something to say, getting a lot more mileage here.
The way that Leescano is playing, I'm not even sure that we're going to see the stock disappear. 2 forward airs immediately floats out, but he's put himself off stage again.
Oh, predicting the totem transformation and definitely just covering that option. Can't really, doesn't want to risk it diving low versus Leescano. And the totem draws opening. Doesn't quite make it in time, but the next hit might just be it. Lili already looking kind of nervous and flustered here. And now with the touch of death, Soulpercent taking game number 2.
Yeah, strong stuff. There was definitely a couple of input errors there on the cryo station that is unfortunate on both sides. Basically a 3-stock game that we played there for game 2. We're going to be tied up at 1 point apiece. Very least though, Lili going to be going into this 3rd game, but they are going to be picking that more important counterpick stage with their counterpick. We see even Lili with the hydrates. Everyone getting on board. Pycore back in chat, double checking to see how the bracket's going.
Yeah, stay hydrated, folks, as well as posture check. Just check yourself, stay safe, stay strong. Don't let anything distract you while competing, as well as make sure to make it more hype if you're in chat. Who are you rooting for? Do you guys want to see some Lili win? Game 5? I mean, that's what I'm rooting for every time. Or some Leescano. I know that Kiwi is very much a Leescano enthusiast. Because those Afi and Galo totem swaps looking super consistent. Just back to back, we see it once again, where the neutral is 2v1. Leescano making it look like he's controlling both these characters at the same time, at all times. So we're having Cyber Skyline being picked. One of the strongest counter picks before the New Beginnings patch, but right now I'm curious how this will play out.
So Cyber Skyline, I mean, this is going to be a very close quarters stage. This is interesting that it is coming out from Lili, unless she's making a change. I did see her in chat say that she's unhappy with how finicky that up special can be for Ezzy. Unless she's changing over to the Ashani, which I would not expect, then the Cyber Skyline is definitely a unique pick for sure.
The Cyber Skyline now a bit less claustrophobic than it used to be. It was changed like a month ago, but still, we gotta remember once again, this stage has way more space to work with, and it's one of the it might be the biggest stage with the side blastons, the top blaston, just overall a huge stage right now, and the platforms as well as the stage has been expanded on the last patch. So a lot of space to work with, especially if you want to set up some projectiles or hold the center. On this stage, it's even stronger holding the center here, and Lili with 2 crucial reads, getting the totem as well for that. Could have already taken the stock.
So Leescano is spending most of his time over on the ledge. He's going to be spending the rest of his time in the blast zone. Pretty clean stock there from Lili.
Yeah, that drill to call out the ledge recovery there, just perfect timing, perfect spacing, and the spike actually taking it. Leescano just parried 2 projectiles at once, the demon plant as well as the boomerang.
And Lili immediately right back parries the first one, showing that parry's on deck for both sides. But with this short floor, it's really hard for Lili to actually come back and re-parry the plant. He's going to be forced to burn the burst, pretty much on the last leg of the stock in the soul points. Hovering around here, trying to force Leescano to switch, but he's going to come in with Afi and just close things out.
Yeah, with a big 21 damage forward that just charges it ever so slightly more, and so much damage already with this opening. Just a second into the combo, 50 HP down with a good utilization of the resources, the passive with the reverse or the totem swaps. Just the extra mileage makes it count every single time, as well as right now both of the totems jumping at the same time. I don't even know which one hit, but Lili having to keep up with that, as well as having the punish game on the same board. Right now looking super safe on shield with all these rushes and just Broom. Rusik? Just flying around the shield.
She's actually been quite tricky here with those teleports, has been committing to that second teleport quite often. Still willing to play a pretty even game and just let the plant stay off, but right as I say that makes me a liar. But Leescano quick to put it back to bed.
The movement right to the demon plant, just the swaps. I didn't even see how he got the parry in, but somehow gets across Lili and gets the parry into the demon plant, and the plant is still sleeping. Oh, plant has awoken, but Lili was comboed through it.
Alright, we're going to see a critical there for the throw, but it's not going to be a kill throw even with that increased damage.
I'm surprised that Lili did not opt to use the plant, just throwing with a back throw into the plant. Instead, I believe it was a down throw. But now on soul percent, any hit will do it, and there it was. 3 stocks to 2, a tiny lead, but with the opening for Leescano, trying to cover the roll in, but Lili opting to go out. So quick on the parries on the plant once again.
Yeah, it's actually surprising that Lili didn't feel comfortable going for the plant parry, even when Leescano was doing the juggling act. Quite rightly respected that that projectile could come in very quickly at a moment's notice.
Now the opening forced the burst here with a minor charge, possibly taking the stock. Lili afraid of losing it, wanting to use the resource before the stock's gone.
Alright, great play there from Lili. Knows that she's probably gotten away with too many unsafe recoveries and now just needs to start swinging. The stock will disappear, so you might as well make it as hurt a stock as possible. The drill going to come down. Leescano immediately going to get the dunk and finish it off.
But Lili already having a lot of mileage on the second stock here. On the second to last one. Now in red already. Our next strong attack might just take it. Let's see if Leescano can get some more mileage in. What a shield. Barely avoiding the cross up there. It looked like Leescano was covering the tech roll out for the platform drop there, but Lili just opting to not press any button, staying on the platform there.
Since this first stock, it has been pretty back and forth between them, but it definitely does feel like Lili is always in control. Like outside of the I guess tail end of her first of the stock, it felt like maybe we were going to be seeing an even game where it's cleaned up, but she did get that big burst that put Leescano down to yellow. Finally going to finish off the stock with the drill once again and resets the plant. But for how long will we see this thing awake? Not very long indeed.
As you speak, no time. The plant just always a big center of attention for both these players. But it hasn't been coming into play so long. It's been sleeping the whole game for what it seems.
Yeah, Leescano looking like Morgana at the beginning of P5. Let's go to bed every day, all the time, get nothing done. That's a big version. Lili gonna explode in center stage.
Yeah, that prediction with the grab, setting up the charged forward tilt. I don't even know which one he was. Was he the one grabbing? Was he the one setting up the grab and just charging? Leescano wanting to save Totem every time and gets the opening with the Totem being saved. Only 15%, but still rescuing the Totem, saving a 20 from itself.
Alright, Lili, I think, has been quite happy to just punish. She's been chipping away 10% or so every time that we see the parry on the plant. So not getting parried for nothing at the very least. That tax is going to be building up, but Lili starting to bleed HP here. Down to 74, the tail end of green. But Leescano basically one chip away from those soul points. There's the 13, there's the soul points. Next clean hit will do it. Tries to go for the drill off stage, but Leescano able to get the punish. Makes the switch and the burst is going to be out. Maybe a panic option there from Lili. Doesn't get the last hit, but finally, reading the switch, will come in with a rush forward tilt to take it.
Right on the plant again. The plant didn't really come into play, but was always on screen. And Lili now 2-1 in the lead. Seems like Afi and Galu is the 2-player character, but we have the Demon Plant and the Ezzy. Looking like she can do the same thing just right back. I'm curious if the counterplay actually might be the deciding factor. So far, it has been coming into play. We've seen it earlier. I mean, the start of this set started with Forbidden Shrine, which Doubtstress earlier picked as a counterpick from the Ezzy side. And we also saw the Ezzy win. And the counterpick right back, the Cryo Station, it looked very different. The pacing of the game, the way everything turned out, as well as the shenanigans of throwing the orb through the platform. We have seen him get some easy returns to stage for them, but consistently making it happen. As well as now, one of the classic counterpicks, the Cyber Skyline. And the people have chosen, Leescano's turn, and we have the Combat Lab.
I think this is the first time we've seen this today, at the very least on stream. Bringing us something new.
I don't know if this favors anyone really. Lots of open space in the middle, side platforms reaching a bit far to the blast zones, and not the highest ceiling at all, but the opposite might be the case. I know this is a very favorite stage. or the most favorite stage for our old Zurong player, Bad. But we haven't seen it ever since, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we did see a couple of up airs that nearly killed that didn't, so maybe bringing the platform, the blast zone a little bit closer off the top might make things a little bit easier. But all in all, the platform layout is very similar to what we saw from Cyber Skyline, obviously just without that extra top platform in the center. Those side platforms hang over the ledge ever so slightly. We'll give a couple of recovery mix-ups we might see. Leescano currently already down a totem, but is going to be right back, makes his way.
Yeah, very unlikely seeing the totems drop on the first stock early on. Just the pressure from Lili keeping the pressure up, making it impossible to switch and save the totem. And right now, trying to do the same thing, but the one opening is all Leescano needed. But for what? Bringing the totem back just to get zoomed? Lili having a decisive lead already.
Maybe he's starting to feel the pressure here. It wasn't the best option. We saw him at the ledge charging that forward tilt, did get punished for it. Seeing a couple of uncharacteristic options here from Leescano where he's committing to things a little bit too early. Finds himself off stage a lot. Lili has been doing a great job of making it difficult to save the totem. Obviously, Leescano, very well known for keeping his totems alive, but now actually starting to get charged for it, not getting away with it free as the bracket's been going on further and further.
Ooh. That was not safe on shield, the lowest nair. Maybe you need the Arfi for some more hitting power. Galu more of a multi-hit character, more of a combo character.
Down to 9, so I don't really need any big combo, just a quick 2-piece should be enough to take it. And Leescano will find the first.
Oh.
Right, trying to keep his hands warm going forward those setups, but Lili not phased by the party tricks at all, immediately going to come in. Spy, an option. Going to get sniped out by the Nair though, so at 27, Leescano is going to bring us to tied up stocks, but they are very different degrees of health. Gets caught by the second hit of that quick attack. Going to blow up and drop that stock. Lili now with a comfortable blue lead.
Jab, jab, uppy into the swap, and now we this time around we're not parrying the demon plant, but rather the seed before it even gets into play. For those who don't know, the seed is what starts it. Once you get hit into the seed, or she could also just burst the seed herself to get it going, is when the demon plant will be in play. Leescano just doing the same thing, just recovering the totem every time. Such a loyal homie.
Yeah, he's been, to his credit, he's been doing an excellent job of mixing up his recoveries when trying to bring back the totem. But Lili just had such a great option. At the very end of the day, no matter how Leescano does try and send these totems back, he eventually does have to touch the totem. So Lili has been doing a great job of just throwing the projectile out over the totem to make sure if he does at least bring it back, he is getting chipped out 2-piece, 10-piece.
For sure, as well as being off stage. Regardless of whether or not you get your totem, you're still in a bad position where one opening might just lead to the end of your stock. So it's always dangerous, even if he gets away with it right now.
And catches the Nair, we're on soul points.
I'm surprised that Leescano dropped all the way without a totem switch. Lili was waiting for it, but Leescano just not giving it. But the hyper hop down and definitely taking it on soul percent. Hard to avoid the multi-hit on the ledge there.
Yeah, I feel like he really cornered himself. He was really trying to get the totem, both of them out of the corner, but Lili doing a great job holding center stage. Is making use of Ezzy's tools and playing that slow game where she needs to. Is going to once again see the headbutt from the Nair, but gets grabbed. That's going to be some big damage. Leescano now getting to cook a little bit.
It was 51 and the burst, and the next hit would have been with a passive just ever so slightly stronger.
Yeah, unfortunate though, does lose the totem for it. Going to get caught by the demon plot. It's now roaming.
And right on the edge there, one bite towards the blast zone might just be all she needs. Especially in orange right now. There's a big comeback to be made by Leescano. Let's see if he can do it. He's still down. This might be his tournament stock.
Alright, going to set up once again. Get himself on the floor, gets the parry there on the demon plant. The footsies between these two. They're playing their long-range footsies. Once again, the plant going to be on lock. Even that lower ceiling there not going to help out and take Lili's stock. She is going to be able to hold on, still in red, and still able to potentially come away with a 2-stock to finish things off. Leescano makes his way to the floor. Going to get challenged, forces the burst.
And this should be it. The demon plant finally coming into play. One bite, all it takes, and Lili moving on. 3-1, taking it over Leescano. Good performance by Leescano, but only 5th place right now, and Lili making it to loser 7.